Let's play a game called Crop Out the Mess in Lauren's Room. That's just gonna have to do. Winter is upon us. Might not feel like it to you, because it's 60 degrees. But here, 60 degrees is fucking freezing. Which means that pants weather is in full swing. Good news for you ladies who have been participating in No Shave November, but bad news for the 99.99% of you who do not have a thigh gap. For the 0.00001% of you who do have a thigh gap, let me explain something to you that happens to us other folks when we're wearing pants. Say these are our legs. When we walk, the thighs rub together, and when there's pants fabric in between there, the pants fabric gradually over time gets worn down and creates what my mother likes to call an easy access hole. So on today's Lazy Sunday, I'm going to teach you how you can fix that. I had to get to this week because I used to separate my pants as dark wash and light wash, and these days I've been separating them as wearable and holes in the crotch. Lauren, why don't you just go buy a new pair? Well, cost aside, pants shopping is my least favorite shopping related event to do. I would rather go bikini shopping after Thanksgiving on my cycle with my mother there than go pants shopping, because at least bikini shopping doesn't make me feel like a denim sausage. So here we have one of my favorite pairs. No, it is not clean. Once the hole surfaced, I didn't want to make it worse by throwing it in the washing machine. Hey there, how's it going? What you're gonna need if you're fixing your crotch hole is your pants, some matching fabric, a pair of scissors, a needle, and thread. You don't need a sewing machine. If you can do this with a sewing machine, that's great. I actually prefer to do it with hand stitching. Luckily for me, I'm a shorty. When I first got these, I had to hem them, but I forgot to. So now I have the extra fabric that I'll be cutting off the bottom to patch up the hole in my crotch. So my mistake was my lucky break. How's that for serendipity, John Cusack? If you're not getting the matching fabric from your own pants, which is probably more the case, you can usually just find fabric at a fabric store, Joann's, or what I like to do is always recycle and go to a thrift shop. Especially if you're just fixing denim jeans, it's super easy to just find just denim anywhere. First thing to do when you have your fabric and your crotch hole is to clean up your hole. Just like any open wound in a human body, you clean it up. I used to watch a lot of ER. Try not to make it any bigger. You don't want to make your problems any worse than they already are, but just enough to get rid of the fraying, because fraying is a patch's worst enemy. And speaking of fraying, you should get yourself some fray check. If you've never used it before, it works wonders. And if you've never smelled it before, it smells like my dad's psoriasis medication. After you clean cut it, you take your fray check. You can also, like, if you're really in a pinch, you can use clear nail polish. I've done that before and it's been fine. It's been great. Next step is taking your strip of fabric, and note that you don't need that much. Like, this will do the trick, unless you have a gaping hole, in which case maybe you should get a new pair of pants. Turn your pants inside out and have your hole, and you're just gonna put your fabric right up against it. And you'll pin it in place. Okay, now we are all done pinning it. It looks a little like something from a Lars von Trier film. Grab your needle, ladies, or gentlemen, because it's time to get stitching. Find matching thread. I'm gonna give you guys just the benefit of the doubt that you know at least a little bit about sewing, like threading the needle, looping it through and tying a knot. You guys get that. So now what we're gonna do is an invisible stitch, which basically just means smaller on the outside, bigger on the inside. Like a teeny tiny stitch out here with a much larger or longer stitch on the inside of your pants where no one except for your intimate partners can see. This part takes a long time. Let's speed up the video, yeah! Okay, and I'm about done. Go ahead and trim the patch from the other side. And then, what are you gonna use to keep that patch from getting all fray nasty? I'll tell you, fray check. You can still see it a little bit, but you have to keep telling yourself that it's going to be very close between your legs and very few people are going to see that close to you. And if they see it and they disapprove, then they don't deserve to see that place in the first place. So this is not only a patch for your pants, but it is a patch for your relationships. I hope this applied to boys and girls and pants manufacturers, but the message for you pants manufacturers is you need to make the fabric on women's jeans between the thighs a whole lot thicker if you want me to keep buying. Good as new. Thank you and have a good weekend. I just got stabbed by a pin. Oh, God.